Hi guys, welcome back to today's video and my channel. So I'm going to do a watercolor video today. I did a little watercolor on a gorilla forest style because I haven't really done a watercolor in a long time, so I wanted to actually do one. I want to do a lot more as well. So yeah, this video is going to be how I painted this one. So this will be, the original has been snapped up by one of my Patreons or patrons. So this one will be available as a print in my shop. And if you become a Patreon, or if you join my Patreon, you'll get a 10% discount coupon that you can use in my shop. And there's a whole heap of other prints in there as well. So yeah, I'm going to go through how I painted this little one. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but really happy with the way it turned out. It just goes with the gorilla doll that I made. So yeah, so if you want to know how I painted it, then keep watching. Alrighty, so for this painting I'm using Arches watercolor paper in medium 185 GSM. I really like Arches watercolor paper. It's probably one of my favorites. But you don't need something so fancy like that anyway. And the paint palette that I'm using is the Koi paint palette by the brand Sakura. Probably one of the best watercolor paints I've ever used, so really highly recommend that. So what I've done is I've just drawn out a rough sketch of the gorilla, where I want things to be, and a rough sketch of the forest inside of the gorilla as well. And I'll work on the eyes first and sort of work around it from there. Black things are always really hard to paint just because it's really hard to get that depth when you're using such a dark colour. So I always try to start off light and work my way to darker colours. But yeah, it's pretty much watercolour process is kind of all similar. I used a whole bunch of browns and blacks and greens for this, not a whole lot of colours, and just a tiny bit of yellow. And slowly built up the colours over time. So for this painting I only used pure watercolours. I didn't use any inks or anything like that, and I only used paints from this palette as well. I do want to do a whole lot more paint palettes like this, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So like I said at the start, this one is available in prints. The original is sold to one of my patrons, so if you want early access to some of my work, head over to my Patreon and you can join. You also get a 10% coupon if you're a $10 and above tier, so that's for anything in my shop. So yeah, link will be in the description box, and there's a whole bunch of other things that you get access to as well. So these prints will be printed on matte archival paper, and I will print them using my Epson printer. So just a little note for when you are looking at ordering. Yes, they are on A4 archival matte paper. So that's pretty much it. I'll probably leave the rest of the video to play out, and you can see how I did the watercolor. I always have a reference photo up next to my computer just to make sure I've got all the proportions right and I have something to look back on and sort of work off. So yeah, anyway, you can head to my shop at creaturesofnat.com. There you will find a whole lot of things: dolls, watercolors, stickers. There's a whole lot of other watercolor prints available there as well, so you can check that out if you're interested. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me. I really appreciate it. It helps me do things like this and finish my dolls and a whole lot of other things. So yes, I thank you very much. And also, yeah, you can check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Creatures of Nat, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!